I discovered this retreat at Sycamore Mineral Springs Resort and Spa, and it was a 3-day wellness retreat. I think every person should have a chance and an opportunity to attend something like this. So I want to break down everything we did over the 3 days so that you can see if this is something that could help you in the future too. So let's get to it. So first, when I arrived at Sycamore Mineral Springs, the experience was special from the start. I had my own parking spot, I got a glass of bubbly and gifts, and I got to meet the coordinator that helped me reserve all of my details. It was the first time I got to meet April and Lisa, who are going to be the facilitators for the week, and so I grabbed my things and I got to check into my suite. My room was so nice. It had its own living room, but even better, it had its own private Mineral Springs hot tub right on the patio overlooking the hillside, and it just became my sanctuary for those 3 days, and it was awesome. So then the retreat kicked off with a tour of their on-site garden with Chef Joshua. It was so cool to learn that so much of our food was being grown on-site. It made the meals just so special throughout the retreat to know that it was grown there, grown locally, and hear the story straight from Chef. The first dinner is where we first got to meet everyone and hear what brought them to this retreat. The age range for our group was so big. We had everything from a college student to soon-to-be empty nesters to caretakers in their 70s and 80s, and it was really cool to hear what brought them there, and you could tell from just introductions at that first dinner that this was going to be a really special experience. After dinner, we headed up to the Yoga Dome for our first workshop. Now in this recap, I really don't want to tell you too much about what exactly the workshops are, because I want that to be your experience and I want you to be able to feel it and see it with your fresh eyes. But I will tell you about how it made me feel personally. So that first workshop was where we really got to think about where our life is today and how we're spending our energy. And that was a really good starting point for the rest of the retreat, where we could go off of that and think about, okay, if that's where I am today, does that match my values or who I want to be in the future? It ended with this absolutely beautiful sound bath. It was so meditative, and then you walk back to your room, and I think everyone could tell that it was going to be a really special 3 days. I was a little nervous about what was going to come next, especially for the next day, because it was a big full day, but I was also really excited. So here's to day 2. So day 2 started with fresh coffee and the outdoors. So we got to take the Bob Jones Trail all the way down to the beach. Lots of people biked, but I joined the group with April and Lisa, and they led us through a really lovely meditation walk. Doing a morning walk down that Bob Jones Trail is so beautiful. It's really such a unique place where Sycamore is located, and it was such a joy to be able to take in the fresh air and get in the right headspace for the day. So when we got to Avalo Beach, it was absolutely stunning. We did a refreshing stretch on the beach and had breakfast brought to us. Then April and Lisa led us through a little activity that helped us let go of something that weighed us down. It was a really simple activity, but for me, it was really meaningful. So once we were back at Sycamore, we dove straight into our biggest journaling workshop of the 3 days. Without spoiling any details, I can't begin to tell you how special this workshop was. It was so heartfelt, it dug really deep, and it was clearly so impactful for many of the attendees that got to go, including myself. It was really transformative for a lot of people. Like I said in the beginning, the age range for our group was really, really big. So for me, I got so much out of learning from people in different walks of life and different eras of their life, and it really helped me put my life in perspective, and I don't think that I would have gotten there without getting to hear from other people's stories. So it was really special, so thank you for being part of my journey. After that jam-packed morning, we had plenty of free time. April and Lisa made some space for people to do one-on-one work with them if they wanted. You could go shopping, you could take a nap, you could do anything you wanted. It's such a beautiful resort, and it was really great to have the freedom to just enjoy and really relax. I took my lunch voucher and spent time at the pool. Then before dinner, I finally made time to soak in my Mineral Springs tub in my own room, and it was glorious. It was wonderful. So after free time, we had another delicious garden dinner, and then off to our last workshop of the day. I love that this retreat dove into not just the ways that you feel, but it really went into how do you create that change in your life. This workshop made all the emotional and soul work that we did in the previous workshops more tangible. The how and what to do next is really important to me, because I love action and not just talking about what change you can make in your life. So I really loved this workshop. Then the last thing on the itinerary for the day was a beautiful nighttime soak in their waterfall mineral spring oasis. It was so magical and beautiful, and a perfect ending to a really wonderful day. It was a heartfelt day, it was a jam-packed day, it was still somehow a restful day, but it was an amazing day on so many levels, and I could tell for so many people it was a really meaningful day. So here we are, day 3, the last day of the retreat, and it also happened to be the day of the spring equinox. It was so lovely to start the day and the new season stretching in the grass and in the morning sun. It was truly grounding and a lovely start to the day. After our very last garden meal, a beautiful breakfast prepared by Chef Josh, we headed to our very last workshop of the retreat. The last workshop was really around what is it that you're gonna do next now that you went through this beautiful and transformative experience. What are you gonna take away? And I thought that was a really powerful way to end the trip. As you looked around the room, you felt so connected with these people that you just met a few days ago. It was such a unique experience, and I think every single one is going to be different because of the people that are in the room. If you get a chance to do something like this, you should take it, especially if you're at a place that needs a little bit of support, that you need a new viewpoint, that you need a fresh start. It was such a wonderful and unique experience. I got so much out of it, and I really think that you would too. Thanks for following along. Bye.